So the most important factor in having a good sew-in is the type of hair you get. It's the determining factor in the way your hair looks, behaves, and blends. All hair was definitely not created equal, so this is very important. The main things to avoid include hair that is too shiny and won't match your hair that tangles too much, and hair that sheds or falls out too much. If you started looking into buying hair, you'll have realized that there are literally thousands of hair companies to choose from, and it can be a little overwhelming. So in this video, I'll try to simplify the process of buying good hair for a sew and weave. All hair can be divided into two categories: beauty supply store hair and unprocessed hair. Beauty supply store hair is processed, and it's the hair that you can find at your local beauty supply store. While unprocessed hair, what they call virgin hair, is bought online. You can also buy beauty supply store hair on online retailers. You generally want to stay away from beauty supply store hair because you do get much more value from buying unprocessed hair online. However, if you aren't necessarily wanting to commit to a weave for a long period of time and you just want to see if it's something you like or just to wear it for a special event, then I would advise you to buy from the beauty supply store. Within the beauty supply store, there are different levels of hair quality. There's the cheap, the intermediate, and the pricey. If you're just buying hair for a special event or short-term wear, I would advise you to buy from the lowest, cheapest level. Good hair in this range is anything by Milky Way. It's good for short-term wear. It looks good right when you install it. You won't have any problems with it until, like, say 1 or 2 weeks after. But after that, it's a mess. I would advise you not to keep it in for longer than 2 or 3 weeks, but you can keep it in as long as you want, but you will begin to have problems with it. For 2 packs in this length, which is 16 and 18 inches, Milky Way will run about $50 and up, depending on the type of Milky Way you get, because there are many. And just buy based on your budget. But price does go up with length, so if you want to spend less, just buy shorter hair. Looking for something more long-term, but still want to stick to the beauty supply store because you're afraid of buying online and just don't like taking that sort of risk. A good intermediate beauty supply store brand of hair is Sensational Remi, which will run you about $150 for this length. And a good beauty supply store brand of hair at the highest range is Bobbi hair, which will run you about $200 for 2 packs of this length. All of these hair brands look nice and can be heat styled nicely. What makes each of these different levels of hair different is how frequently they tangle and shed, and how soon after you install the hair that you start to notice these problems. They will all start to give you problems eventually. I've used all of these hair brands, and when I spend a lot of money in my hair, I try to get the most out of it. So I've worn all of these for a long time, with the exception of the Milky Way hair, which I wore for 3 weeks knowing that it was not a long-term type of hair. I have the Sensational hair for about 6 months, and it was really good hair throughout the entire time that I used it. I would say though, after about 1 to 2 months, I did start having problems with tangling. I found that I would have to carry a brush around with me and comb it at least every 3 hours, because if I didn't, I would have a huge bird's nest looking thing on my neck because it would tangle a lot. And I kept the Bobbi hair for about 10 months, so it was longer, and it also was very nice hair. It did tangle, it would form a bird's nest on me, but I only had to brush it maybe 3 or 4 times a day, so it did not tangle as badly and as frequently as the hair. So quality definitely does go up with price. And these were not continuous wears, of course. I did take out and reinstall the hair many times within those periods. But anyways, knowing what I know now, I would not have even bothered with the more expensive beauty supply store hair whenever I knew that I wanted long-term hair. Because the best place to get long-term hair is online. Online is where you will find unprocessed hair And I'm not talking about the online beauty supply store here, like Sam's Beauty and all of that. I'm talking about the places that sell just pure virgin unprocessed hair. And where I like to get my hair, and through my experience I have found the best to be from AliExpress. And there are many different vendors on AliExpress, but through my experience I have found the best to be Ali Queen hair products. I love this hair because it's good quality and it's a reasonable price. For about this length, I would say it would cost you around $150. So it's still cheaper than even the most expensive beauty supply store hair, but it's much better quality than hair like Bobbi Boss. You never have to walk around with a comb and worry about a bird's nest. Because what I've noticed, what makes virgin unprocessed hair different from the hair that you find at the beauty supply store is that whenever it tangles like regular hair. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't form a huge ball on your neck. You can't see the tangling. You can only feel it when you run your fingers through it. The thing about especially my Ali Queen hair products here, it literally lasts me forever. The only time I have to buy new hair is if I want something longer, or if I've cut it up or dyed it, or just want something new. It'll last you as long as you want it to last you. So you save money on having to buy and rebuy hair. So you may be spending like 2 or 3 times as much compared to Milky Way, but it's lasting you 10 times or even more as long. That being said, I now only buy hair from online retailers who sell virgin hair like AliExpress. AliExpress is where you will find the cheapest and the best vendor, like I said, is Ali Queen hair products. Overall, if you're just buying hair for a sew-in, for a special event, and aren't planning on wearing it for a long time, or if you just want to try out weaves and sew-in and see if it's something for you, I would advise you to get any Milky Way hair. It's cheap, it looks nice, it'll last you for the 2 weeks that you'll need it, and that's it. If you're looking for long-term hair that you will use for a long time, and you know that weaves are something that you want to do, I would advise you to just skip the process of all of that like Goddess and Bobbi Boss hair and go straight to Ali Queen hair products on AliExpress. Get you hair that will last you a long time, that is affordable and good quality. I hope that helped.